The hit point king means that you get free ale at the Mistyfoot Tavern in Keldesh, and the dwarf will both respect and honor you with extra ale and extra food.
Nice.
But if you get dethroned from the hit point king, you will not be getting free ale. So if somebody may be, I don't know, a fighter, someone to take over your title, then upstart Knave, then you're not going to get the free ale. So gotta keep rolling high, gotta keep it going. Otherwise, there's no
keep the dice hot.
No respect, you know. Sometimes if you roll a 1, I like to say spend 100 gold and get special training, and I'll let you reroll that 1 on the hit points. Let me know.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, other than that, you probably just keep your rolls.
Okay.
I don't do average hit points. You got to roll low, roll high. Just like the luck factor in that. So you'll have a wizard now. Nowadays, I'll have a wizard now and then that'll have like 10 hit points at 4th level. No combo. It's glass cannon. And then I'll have to do that spell False Life that gives you +5 to 8 hit points.
Yeah, temporary hit points.
Which is good if you're a glass cannon. Otherwise, it's pointless. Okay, so your weapon is a great axe.
Mm-hmm.
And Emma has skills. What's your skills? 2 skills? I know you have intimidation.
Yeah, naturally. And then I picked athletics and perception.
Athletics. Perception. Perception is like the so overused go-to skill for any D&D. I try to say, hey, make a religion check, make an insight check, but really, perception is really the one that everybody should have. Everybody can have, but they try to get it, but they really can't unless, I don't know, unless you're a certain class, I guess. Okay, let's look at your to hit and to damage with your great axe.
Got a +5.
+5.
It's just a D12 +3 for damage.
You have 16 strength?
17, basically.
Okay, great. So you'll basically be popping that to 18 when you get the, I think it's 3rd level, 4th level. So, okay, +2. Yeah, so the +2 proficiency plus the 3 for strength is +5 to hit, and then +3 damage is good. D12. Oh, and savage attacks. If you get a 20,
critical,
then you'll get 3 dice, so 3d12. So basically, watch out. Basically, what else? Anything else? Oh, armor class, 14. Do you have a dex bonus?
Yes, it is +1.
Okay, that's good. What kind of armor do you have?
The barbarians don't need armor, so she just got her clothes.
Barbarian. So, okay, so Emma, you're gonna be number 1 this time, and you can say, hey, I'm gonna protect the party. I'm gonna jump up in front.
Yeah, she feels bad for spraining her ankle before and not being able to keep up.
If you do that, then you're gonna increase the chance you're gonna get hit, but you can protect. I'll let you protect 1 person if you want. And then that'll decrease the chance they'll get hit. Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay, so let's do numbers. Emma will be number 1. Hyphy is number 2. Twitch is number 3. Twitch is number 3 last week. So Babylon is number 4, and Quill is number 5. So we have 5 characters. I'm confident about that.
Quillis isn't here, but we have Kroll, Sir
Can
Balin.
I play my ranger too?
Yeah, is he ready? You'll have 2 characters. Is he ready?
He's ready. His name is Sin. He's
Sin,
got 12 hit points.
of course, right? Of course, Sin, right? I was thinking that it was him or it was him or
Yeah.
Sloth or Greed, right? Okay, wait. Give me the race.
Right.
Give me the
He's a
race.
Drow elf.
Dro, of course, right? Yeah, Dro.
Drow names in, yeah.
And then he's a ranger. So does he have a bow? Is that a D8 bow?
Yeah, he's gonna have a bow and a sword.
That's a
Two
D8,
short
right?
swords.
Or is it a D6?
Longbow, I think, is a D8.
It is.
Short swords? I thought they were D6.
Yeah, longbow is a D8. Short sword and short bow are D6.
Okay, so what's your con bonus?
No, he has a short bow. He doesn't have a long bow.
Okay.
It's a short bow.
Oh, excuse me. Short bow.
He has whatever they're proficient in. Drow, I think they're proficient in short swords and hand
The
crossbows.
proficient in both.
So we're gonna
bows.
give you a short bow. So you're gonna get a D6 and a short bow. We're not gonna argue.
Sounds good.
I need your hit points.
Okay, perfect. How many arrows do I have?
Or 20, I think.
He has 12.
12's cool. Hey, do 12. Why not? They have Drow quivers. Drow quivers are 12, but human quivers are 20. So hey,
His look cooler.
his look cooler because it has like the Drow sign
Yeah,
etched in the quiver
exactly.
for Loth. Okay, so your first level, and I need an armor class and a hit points for your Drow.
Do you use your dex modifier for damage for the bow?
I think so, Emma. You don't use strength, right? Do you? I mean, you could use strength. I just use dexterity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's what we did. That's what we did in first edition. So what's your dex?
$17.
Okay, so that's +3. So you're gonna get a +5, just like Emma, +5 to hit, and +3 to damage. Okay, that's for well the short sword. That's go by
Okay.
strength, right? The short sword is not finesse, am I right? So it has to go by strength. So what's your strength?
Yeah, he has a 15 strength, so +2.
So the short sword will be
So he's
+4, +4, +2.
15.
The bow will be +5, +3. And you're going to be ambidextrous, right? You talked about that?
And the short sword's a D6 too, right?
I'll allow you to
D6
be
damage.
ambidextrous, and I'll allow you to, yes, and I'll allow you to get your bonuses on both main weapon and offhand weapon. Fair? For now, until we amend the rules.
Okay, got it.
I need hit points.
Yeah. That's fine.
10 plus your con bonus. Is he hearing me?
Right.
I need your hit points.
I hear you. 10 plus 2, 12 hit points.
12. Okay.
12.
So basically, I have to do 24 damage. Right? So that'll happen. That is because my dice roll very accurate, very high. You guys have made your way up to the third level of the old tower monument. And you're in the middle of the Silver Valley, the Shadow Valley, where this time of year the sun is warmer and brighter, and it lights up the Twin Lakes, and the grass is taller. And the 5 families are doing better now on their farms, with their crops, with their animals. And the weather's getting warmer, but still there's like a darkness in the Shadow Valley. There's some foreboding cool, uneasy wind, some low-hanging fog, and that's changed things. And that's what you're experiencing now. And as you made your way to the old tower, you've cleared out some spiders. Congratulations. Now you're at the upper level, facing the ogre. Gwen, why don't you tell him what you know so far, what you've found out about the ogre?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So,
Hyphy. Sorry.
Hyphy. Basically, we killed a huge spider and a medium and a large spider on the first floor. And when we burnt away all the way, and a third spider was there but left. We don't know where in the tower it is at this point. We killed some medium-sized spiders too, and then there are lots of little tiny ones. But we burnt away all the webs and found a trunk, and in the trunk there was a chalice, a skeletal hand, which we wrapped up in a piece of old cloth, and a key. We went up to the second level of the tower. There were with some crumbling stairs, but we made it up. We found a cocoon-filled floor with lots of more baby and medium spiders. And most of the cocoons were filled with like gooey, slippery grossness, pus. And out of one of the cocoons, we freed an orc named Kroll, who has come along with us. He doesn't have his weapon, but somebody else loaned him a weapon that he can use. So as of right now, he is sort of continuing on with us. We climbed up through on some tree trunks that were in a hole to the third level onto a landing, and that the tree trunks went all the way up through the ceiling, hole in the ceiling. So now we're standing on this landing outside of a locked door that's not just locked, but it's, hasn't been used in a while. There are webs all around it. Looks like it hasn't been opened. And we can see through the keyhole that there is an orc in a 20 by 20 room with two of the walls missing. So the floor just sort of falls off to, we're not sure where. And he's cooking something on a spit, God knows what. And we're trying, we've kicked around some ideas as to what to do. But that's where we stand now, all of us. Still, again, not knowing where that other spider is, and he doesn't know we're there currently. We've already
Do we know that the troll or the ogre is up here in the tower, or we just like heard about it?
No. Sorry. We heard about it, but then we also saw him through the keyhole.
Oh, okay.
She said orc, but I told her that
ogre. Okay.
I told her because it was a keyhole. She couldn't find the actual form for sure.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't sure, but she suspected it was a big ass something.
Okay. So
she rolled a 20 in the keyhole, so she looked really nice, and I explained the whole room, most of the whole room.
Got it. From the layout of this, does it look like an ogre can easily pass through to like go all the way down to the bottom?
I would think so, but we're not sure. So maybe Twigs wants to kick in with some ideas that we had. We had some ideas about what to do with the fact that that's probably the way he uses to come and go. But we don't know if he's got stairs or, if it's something that would accommodate us or only him. But we have some thoughts.
So the door that's currently in front of us is not big enough for an ogre to pass through?
I don't remember that we asked that, but either way, it's not something he uses. It's really,
okay.
Kind
it's
of
a human person-sized door, not an ogre-sized door.
Sir Ballon, let me go over the characters so we can get a feel of the party. Sir Ballon is the knight that's accompanied you from the Grim Castle, and he's gung-ho, and he tried the door, and it was locked. And there was cobwebs in front of the door, so if it is an ogre in here, he didn't use the front door.
Okay.
And when Hyphy looked through the keyhole, she noticed that the walls on the other side were all blown out.
Okay.
And you can see Shadow Valley from even the keyhole, at least clouds, because you're up high. So just the floor, mostly the floor remains. And the floor itself was a little bit cracked and in disrepair.
Okay.
Great minds think alike. Sin, you're number 6. So just briefly describe your character. Let's just do like a 30-second, 20-second. Sin. Is he there? I'm gonna explain Coral. Coral is
Okay, Sin's a drow elf. Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Dad's lagging behind. Just explain your character, Dad.
I don't know why I'm lagging. So anyways, Sin's a drow elf, and he came from the Underdark. So he's an Underdark ranger. He looks like a typical drow, except he's just not as evil. His alignment's going to be chaotic neutral. He was rejected by his drow race for reasons that I haven't figured out yet. He wields 2 short swords and a short bow for right now. And he has a quiver of arrows. And he has a chain shirt and a cloak and soft boots, and he usually keeps his head covered. And that's
Doesn't have
him
any
for now.
distinguishing features. Like he's got like a limp or he's got a scar. over
Other
his
than
eye.
he has white hair, inky black skin,
Yeah, that's common for all
violet
drow.
eyes.
Just
No,
asking.
he's a ranger, man. He don't limp. He moves pretty
Okay.
well.
Fair enough.
Coral is a fighter from the Gush family. He was happy to be rescued, so
I
he's
haven't
behaving.
fleshed him out completely, but we'll work
Okay.
on it.
He was happy to be rescued, so he's behaving himself. And he was given a warhammer from the druid. Yes, that's a D8. A D8. And briefly do twigs next. Twigs. The druid.
Hold her. Gotta introduce the other character, Dad.
Yeah. Explain myself.
The other
Describe-
character.
yeah.
Okay.
Twigs.
So Twigs. Here, he looks like this.
Oh yeah, you drew that. It looks cool.
That's the Native American Indian druid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go on to
The end.
let's go on to hyphy.
Tiny gnome, really plain clothes, lots of bags, all organized all around her, feathers sticking out and moss and stuff. Really plain clothes, but you can see fancy clothes peeking out at times underneath. She wears amber, that's pieces of amber that's sort of tied on with grass weavings and things. But she looks a little weird because she's got a dark, like hazelnut colored skin, really black, almost iridescent purpley black hair, violet eyes, and she has a charcoal colored raccoon mask on, which you always see her in. And she is, you're not sure what she's going to do next, and she tends to be a little annoying at times and will correct people's grammar.
Cool.
So when the ogre does the evil monologue, I want you to correct his grammar.
Absolutely.
Let's see how he responds to that.
Not well.
Great, good. Emma, you're up.
Okay. And it looks like your typical half orc with the greenish skin, the tusks, the massive forearms. She's pretty tall, and the most probably distinguishing feature is her like pretty long, very tightly braided hair that is inky black hair, and her many like ceremonial style jewelry that she's got attached all over her. She has many necklaces and bracelets and like anklets that she has, besides her like fur and leather clothing, because she doesn't really wear armor. She relies on her big muscles, and yeah, that's pretty much it. She likes jewelry.
Bling bling. Got the bling
Yeah.
bling going on.
It's mostly bone jewelry, but that's what she's wearing a lot of.
And also, you are the hit point king. We've established
Mhm.
that.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
She wears
you guys-
invisible crown.
Okay. You guys are on the other side of the locked stone wall door. This whole room is a 15 by 15 space, and the statues are there, and the door is there locked. And Hyphy was peeking through the keyhole, and you were able to perform a short rest, so you have all your spells back. Fair enough.
Long rest?
I have one
rest,
spell back.
Short rest.
Oh, okay.
So I have one spell back.
And
So do we get our hit points back if we were wounded too? Would we have healed ourselves before we did it, then rested and get our stuff back?
you guys are at full hit points. 20 for the druid and 18 for Hyphy. You guys were wounded slightly.
Okay.
Everybody
Okay,
else
wait a
is
minute.
maximum.
If we were gonna do a rest like that, I would have used my spell slot to cast Goodberry again before
Okay,
taking
roll for your
that
good
rest.
berries.
Okay.
You want to do the good berry also, druid? Roll for your good berries.
2.
D10.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good berries are in short supply, my friends. Tread with
D10, right?
caution. Yeah. I love it.
6.
Ooh.
For you.
So there's
I've got
8 good
6.
berries for the party.
Since
Nope, there's no
Emma
pushes.
since Emma's back, one of my 2 good berries, I would have walked over gingerly, handed it to her, and said, "Save this until you're really hurt," and I would have kept the other one for myself. I'm glad to see Emma back.
You do.
She gives a big thumbs up.
Emma takes it.
Mm-hmm. Gratefully. Embarrassed that she wasn't able to help before, but is ready to smack some ogre.
If you want to switch
Yeah,
to
I'll
good
make sure
berry,
everybody has a good berry. At least. So we have 6 of us, right? Total, so everybody can get one more good berry from me.
since number 6. Okay, so that's fine. So you're gonna distribute your good berries to the party.
Okay.
Sir Balin in a knightly way goes, "I'll take this good berry, but why do I need it?"
If
Do
you're
you suspect we'll need it?
Hopefully not.
Oh, you'll need it, all right.
I ask him, have you ever killed an ogre before?
Sir Balin says, "This will be my first one." Ogres,
Yeah, you'll probably need it.
ogres beware. I've heard a story about an ogre, but I've never seen one. Starts looking
What's
through the
this?
keyhole.
What's this story?
no.
The ogre ate 3 people, and that's why we came to fight it.
Oh, it's
Because
the
it-
story
it-
of this ogre?
Yeah,
I thought it was like a legend of like the history of ogres or something.
this is it.
He is the history. Got it. He's the
This
one
is
and only
it.
ogre.
This is-
Really quiet though. We're going out of our way to be really quiet. And if anybody starts to speak loudly, I'm
Getting
gonna put my
shushed.
finger up and shush everybody. Oh, we also have a little girl with us. Sorry, 8-year-old little girl that we rescued from a
What?
cocoon.
Did you talk about the little
That's-
girl too?
Yeah, that's kind of a big thing.
Yes, that's a really big thing. And her name is Matilda. And her Aunt Sarah is going to be really mad because she left home without telling anybody and ended up in a cocoon. So we saved her, healed her, and she's now riding on the back of our Goat King character, Wizard, who's not playing today.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I don't know what we'll do with her.
Okay.
She's gonna jump on the back of Kroll,
Okay.
the orc.
Really?
Okay.
And Kroll's cool with that. Kroll's the closest one to the goat. Okay, so Sir Balin says, "Hey, there's a knocker on this door. We can knock, and the ogre should answer, right?"
I'm going to
That's what I was
stand in
thinking.
front of the door because Sir Balin jumps ahead and tries to just rush on in. But we really need to plan this out, guys. We really need to make sure that we all know what we're doing. And
Well,
'cause
if
it
we
could
can't
be
get
really
in,
dangerous.
it might be necessary to knock.
No, we're not going to be knocking. Sorry. We have a key, but we have other options. We need to be
Okay,
really
so
careful.
I had an
We're practicing.
idea to go in and recon the room as a spider.
It's a great
Yeah,
idea.
travel through the keyhole. Sure.
Want to cast that now?
I think she got a good look from the keyhole, but it doesn't hurt to spider
Yeah, it's
climb
one of
your way
my
in.
wild shape abilities.
Okay, you change into a spider.
Well, does it look like there's enough room for me to get through as a spider, a small spider?
Under the door, yes. Under the door.
Okay.
So you do. You see the druid
Okay.
form shrink
All right.
to the ground.
So I'm going to
then
do that. I'm going to,
Tell me what you do.
yeah,
I have a
go inside.
question.
Go ahead.
What kind of druid shape is
I'm gonna-
yours, Dad?
yeah,
Does-
all my equipment stays on me, right? It just,
Okay. Yeah, you can pick. You can
melds
either
into
have
me.
it fall to the ground or you can have it meld into your form.
Or you can even wear it, but probably not as a spider.
Yeah.
no,
if
I
you-
want it to meld into me.
Okay, got it. That's what everybody picks. I was just wondering.
So you start crawling under the door, and you see some cracks.
Emma's
far?
creeped out by the weird Spider-Man.
Anybody afraid of
So
spiders?
do you want to describe it only to me? Because I can't relay any of this information to them. And so
I can just take my headphones off.
It's okay.
I
It's okay.
I can speak with animals as with small animals as part of being a forest gnome.
Yeah.
I
And
will allow
so-
that rule of cool, so you can
Awesome.
relate to Emma, and then she can relate to the party. There you go.
Okay.
I'm sorry, hyphen.
Little
So you go
spider
under the door.
clicks. Yeah.
And you notice that the floor is not stable. The floor has some
Okay, so-
holes in it.
So how
The floor has some holes in it, and those holes fall down to the spider cocoons.
Oh
And
shit.
it's about a 40-foot drop.
How's the
and,
ogre? How's the big ass ogre? Is he just standing on the safe piece of ground? Or we don't know.
He's not there yet, but so far he just moved a few feet. He sees holes in the ground.
Oh, okay.
And,
That's right. He's tiny. I forgot.
He notices that you can see that the walls are blown out. And you guys smell a nice odor of maybe beef cooking or some kind of meat. Go ahead,
Great.
Spider.
okay, can I spider climb up onto the cave wall and get
You do,
a higher vantage point?
you do, and you notice that there's like a spit turn barbecue going on in the corner of the room, and there's something cooking in there, and there's a little fire beneath, and it's like and there's some kind of other animal, like maybe a dog or something, or like some animal on a chain in the corner of the room.
Is
And
there a
there's-
ceiling?
Bastard.
There's a ceiling, but most of the ceiling's blown out. But there is
He's cooking up my peeps. This guy needs to
ceiling.
die for this.
Revenge.
you crawl and you see two sets of armor in the north,
Oof.
in the northwest corner, and you get to a dirty rug, and you in the center of the room, you think you see a big figure, but it's not really moving. It's just kind of hanging there.
How big we talking? Like 10 feet by 5 feet? Is it like laying on its side? Or you can't tell because
Well,
it's too
he's
dark?
talking to me. No one else can see this but me.
I'm just curious what you can see. Not asking any questions.
He's busy reading.
Let me describe, and then I'll come back out and I'll talk to
Okay.
Hyphy and let you guys know what's going on. And then I'll go back in again. So I'll go in and out to communicate to them. So this is going to take time, obviously.
So it looks like the figure has some kind of like rug or some kind of huge robe on. Like it's like a dirty rug, and it's just sitting there in the center of the room.
That's funny.
And you see the armory in the corner. Oh, make a perception check, Spider. Give me the D20.
You want the stats for a spider?
So I use the spider's perception or mine?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
Just
spider's
roll D20.
perception.
Just roll D20.
A 9.
Okay, you notice there's at least one chest.
I rolled a 9.
You notice there's at least one chest in the northern, in the northeast corner. It's like a big chest.
Okay.
That's pretty much what you see so far.
Okay.
And just then, I'm making a roll.
So I see an ogre spit. He's cooking a
Dog
giant.
in the corner.
Just then, the dog starts barking, growling. Then the figure moves. It seems like it moves its head, and it's looking back towards the door. Then it stands up. It's about 10 feet tall. This huge structure is made for like 20 feet high,
Okay.
and like 40 feet wide. But he's a good 10 feet tall, and so you still see just a dirty rug covers his whole body.
The rug monster.
What do you do?
No, it's the ogre.
I'm just joking.
Well, I got to go back out of the room and report this to everybody.
We can hear the dog through the door,
You do?
right?
Yes, you can.
One of us
Okay.
is looking through the keyhole, of course, to make sure that nothing changes.
Does anybody not have taken a shower recently?
Probably
Not taking a
Emma.
Remember, we
bath.
bathe. We
Probably
bathe.
Emma. Cleans herself with
So-
dirt.
It could be the dog is smelling you.
I don't
That could
think
be a
anybody
possibility.
takes showers in Adventure World.
Well,
Take a dip in the
We
lake or
took a
something.
bath
Emma
last
took-
time.
Emma took a hot bath in
possible.
the last adventure.
Oh, that's right. She's only cleaned herself with dirt so far. After that.
Ivy took a hot bath actually in the last at the Grim Castle.
It's probably the people that were captured that smell bad.
So
They
the
haven't had
dog
a
is
chance.
the dog is barking toward the door
You think so? Yeah.
because I'm looking through the keyhole, and so I'm gonna ask everybody to go back away from the door just in
Okay.
case.
I'm listening.
I was standing in front of the door anyway to keep Sir Balin from knocking on it. So I'm kind of pushing them back toward the other side of the landing and waiting
Balin
for
says,
the
"Wait."
spider to come back.
So Balin says, "Wait, I'm a knight. I don't run."
We're not running.
Raise a sword.
We're not running. We have an
Tactical
8-year-old child
retreat.
with us, and we are gonna just be smart about this. I appreciate you being here, but
All
we're
right.
gonna do this
Okay,
smartly.
let's rock and roll.
You should know all knights use tactical retreats in battle.
Can we please wait for the spider to come back? He needs to be whole before we go charging in, or we'll
If
squish him.
he tries to make a lunge for the door, I'll try to hold him back, but I'm not going to
Okay,
fight
fair
him.
enough. Spider comes back, tells you guys what's happening. Pretty much what I said. Any questions on that? I can answer questions for everybody now. Since he relayed the information, I can ask questions. I can answer questions for anybody. Anybody?
Okay.
What did the drop off look like? Was there were there kind of steps or stepping stony type things below it, or was it just a sheer drop off? And what about the hole?
You know how you have those movies where you have a tornado and you're in the high building and it's just destroyed the wall and like you can walk off into the fall off? That's kind of what it was.
Okay. Okay.
So
the box is pretty much blown out, and the floor is kind of in disrepair, but it's there, and the ogre seems to be fine. I guess it is ogre.
Is it daytime?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we can see. Could the spiders see? You said the ceiling was opened up too.
Yeah, there's a huge gaps in the ceiling.
Could he see into the next room above if there was like anything special in there, or is it just the top?
There's just your room and their room.
Okay,
So
so
I explained the room pretty much. You have a specific question?
the upper floor is not a floor; it's just the roof.
The upper floor. There's no upper floor. The upper floor is just the roof. Yes.
Okay, got it. It just leads to open sky. Okay.
And you figured that from your climb, and from the view on the other side, you figure it's about 40. It's about 60. You're about 60 feet high in the air.
Try to
thought we
push this
said we
ogre
were
out the
60.
door.
Yeah, so 60, right?
Yeah, 60, because it was 20 the first level, 40 the second level, or vice versa.
I thought you said we
and
were
so
40 feet.
60.
This
60.
room is 40 feet high.
It's 60.
60 total. Okay.
So just so you know, that's 66.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately,
10 feet damage per 10 feet.
Yeah.
D6
Yeah.
per 10 feet.
unfortunately, damage doesn't work like in real life. He would fucking go splat if that was, because he's massive. He's super heavy.
What happened to the bigger they are, the harder they fall?
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, it doesn't work in D&D. If we both fell at the same time, we would take the similar amounts of damage, even though he's
The
like
bigger
3 times
they
my weight.
are, the harder they fall.
Yeah.
Here's a
Which is
physics
true.
question. Here's a physics question for Emma. If an ogre falls off the edge, and a gnome, much smaller weight, falls off the edge, do they hit the ground at the same time?
They do hit the ground at the same time, but they hit the ground at different force. There's more force being applied to the bigger creature, so they would go splat.
Well, all I can say is if the big creature has more hit points, then they'll be fine.
Yeah, so the gnome would bounce higher.
Okay, Sir Balin
All right.
is trying
enough.
to reach for the
Sure.
the door handle.
Okay, so
He's getting anxious.
the druid and I had been talking before, but when we were strategizing before, we had a much smaller, less strong party in our midst, and our what we had come up with was the possibility of trying to push him over the side with a spell, which is a bit of a long shot, and because it'd be easier to fight him on the ground than it is up here in his own area. But now that we have this extra fighter power, Twigs, what do you think? Are we still trying to do that?
Well, our decision is about to get made for us here in a second by the Sir Balin. he's
holding
he's
him
going to
back
crack
as much
open
as I
that
can.
door and the ogre's
Well,
going to come out.
We have a couple seconds. Do we feel good about fighting up here, or do we still want to try to throw him to the ground or get him to the ground?
Just worried about the uneven footing and falling through to the next floor.
Absolutely.
So it might be easier to lead him into a place where there's uneven footing than pushing him out outside of the tower. Because then he'll be
outside of
stuck
this
in the
tower,
cobwebs or something.
he was throwing huge boulders when we first got here, so he's got a lot of ammunition to do that with.
You
So
figured
that's
that,
also a challenge.
Oh, did I tell you there's blocks? There's huge blocks of stone that have crumbled down from the wall and that are just piled haphazardly on top of each other. And these are probably the blocks that he was throwing at you guys when you came over. Anything else?
Yeah.
Oh, my suggestion is to lead him into uneven ground instead of pushing him out the door or out the
No,
tower.
I think we're probably going to end up fighting this guy. Well, all we have is the the room that we're in and then the lower level. So I don't know where there's any uneven ground.
Didn't he say that this room leads to the next? You could fall through into the spiders on the second floor.
Right where we are on the landing, there are tree
Yeah,
trunks through
the
it,
ground
making
is
a
in
hole.
disrepair and there's huge cracks. And if
He
you were to
said that
fall,
when I went through the doorway as a spider is what I saw.
if you were to fall, you'd be falling down on the cocoons below.
Yeah. So if because he's heavy, if he fell into a part that was very unstable and broke through, then he would fall through. Here's what I'm saying, which would be easier than trying to get him to push out of a door to the outside.
Right. So make a bunch of noise. He'll come through the door. He'll fall through.
Well, I don't know about that, but
He's not right. The hole where the trees aren't in front of the door, right? Or are you talking about him falling through the hole in his room? Because I'm
In
pretty
his
sure
room.
he knows.
They're
Okay.
in front of the door.
oh, they're only in front of the door.
They're at the whole room that he saw.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought.
That's what he said.
Yeah, they're throughout the whole room. So, we might need to.
So our room is stable. His room is unstable.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
if we could
yes.
use that to our advantage, great. But I don't know how we're going to unless we charge in the room, which is going to make it more unstable because you have even more weight in there with 6 other adventurers.
So far, what I'm getting from you guys is that the plan is to get him, right? Get him. That's the plan.
Yeah, I don't think we're running.
Remember
I would like.
Ghostbusters?
Do I see based on the
Well,
hole?
yeah, Sir Balin, the NPC, is basically doing that.
I've been holding him
Don't
back so
cross the
far.
streams.
Emma's
If I
holding
were
it back for the meanwhile.
Yeah, as much as you can without like actually like punching him.
Do I see that there's a reasonable shot if I am successful with a thunder wave spell of actually being able to push him
Shit.
10 feet back into a hole?
I could crumble this whole tower.
That's true. That's true.
Say that again, Hyphy.
I'm looking to see. I mean, you said there are lots of
Hey,
holes in his
she
floor.
should try it.
If I
Go
go
ahead.
in first ahead of everybody else, so not everybody else is going to fall, and if I can successfully get off a thunder wave that he doesn't save against, he's pushed 10 feet back. What's the likelihood based on where the holes are, because I don't have a visual, but of him falling down into one of these holes? Do I have like a 50-50 shot if I'm successful with
Well,
the
we'd
push?
have to have Twigs draw out where the holes are in the.
From what you gathered from the spider, from Twigs, the holes weren't big enough for a big creature to fall through, but maybe they were unstable to the point where maybe you could fall through. And probably a smaller creature might fall through, but probably not a bigger creature.
But the landing off the edge was a 50 to 60 foot drop, right?
Yes, that goes
Yeah.
to the ground on the other side.
Okay.
There's no net. There's no safety railing. Safety railing is gone.
Yeah.
The safety railing was the wall. So even if we got him into one of those unstable footings that leads to the spider den, he
What?
wouldn't fall through. It's too small.
What?
Probably.
That's what it
Okay.
sounds like.
Would he get at least his
I'm
foot
gonna roll a
stuck?
die.
Or is he just like he's
Why?
way too big?
Okay, just then, you guys are looking through the keyhole.
Oh, really? And they're at
You-
their house?
You hear some footsteps come over, and
Okay.
just a little bit. The room shakes just a little bit, kind of like what would happen like if a T-Rex was chasing you.
Yeah.
A little bit of a shaking,
Boom.
and Hyphy, you see the huge creature turn, start walking towards the door, and is about to
And I'm telling
open the
everybody,
door.
get back.
Okay. Well, plan starts now,
And
whether we like it or
and then you
not.
hear,
Well,
then you see
can
the
I-
door.
I'm
door
still in my
vibrate.
spider form. Can I alert them somehow? And she can hear me?
Oh no, we already know. We already know they're coming. She was looking through the keyhole.
Hyphy's looking through the keyhole so she can see this.
Yeah.
And then the door, and then the dust from the door that's been closed for many years just kind of falls to the ground, and whatever webs were left there break, and the door opens inward, and then like a cool wind from the outside hits the whole room, and you have like there's this smell. There's two smells. One is this creature just has a musty ass, crazy dirty smell, and Cro's like, Crow likes it. It's like, what is that?
It's
And
Shrek.
Reminds me of
Shrek.
Cole.
Shrek, yeah, he's about as big. He's about as big as Shrek. Yes, he still has a big dirty rug on, and a lot of air comes in. A lot of cool, clean air comes in also from the other side of Shadow Valley, and then you smell the smell of some meat cooking, and
Questionable meat.
then you hear like a low voice, like, "I've been expecting you. Come in."
Initiative.
And he steps back.
B505.
"I've been expecting you. Come in."
How far back does he step? Is he in the middle of the room?
About 10 feet. Okay, so who is inclined to know about
He wants to parlay, guys.
who is
Yeah,
it? Let's see.
parlay with our flesh.
Who is
Can I
inclined
ask
to
something?
know about stories about ancient creatures? Anybody? Background?
Both
Or-
Emma's
or,
parents were
old
adventurers,
stories
so
about-
she might have
old
heard
stories
those
about,
as bedtime stories.
Possibly
The drow.
mixture, like
the drow.
like a blending of races, or like an unholy concoction of a sperm and an egg.
That sounds
Who-
like a drow thing, yeah.
Okay, Sin, roll a d20. And tell me what you roll.
17.
That's pretty good. I'll give you an intelligence bonus. Do you have an intelligence bonus?
17.
What's your intelligence bonus, Dad?
Yeah, I think he has a 12.
Plus one.
He has
Plus one,
11 plus 1. So 18.
Actually, 11 is plus 0, but that's fine.
Is that considered history?
I'll just say it's an intelligence check. You can use
Oh.
history. Do you have history? Do you have history skill? I'll just say it's an intelligence check. Okay, so you've heard stories
I didn't
about
pick my skills yet, but I wouldn't pick history for a ranger,
crossbreeding different races, and there is some talk about dragons, at least in the old time, and there is a known dragon, a black dragon, that has been spotted, at least in recent times. And the story is that with wizardry, they've made crossbreeding with like a dragon egg and an ogre sperm. And this creature seems to be, you notice that it has like a grayish skin, muscular, even bigger than Emma. But also it has patches of scales, of black scales all over its whole body. So you think maybe it's this is the thing you've heard about, this crossbreed.
Emma's more creeped out than when that weird guy turned into a spider.
Does
it
he
have
fit in the
wings?
doorway? Is the doorway big enough? You said he was 10 feet tall.
Oh, there's no way he fits at the door.
He'll have to like squeeze through, but yes, he can get through. He'll have to duck.
Dang.
He'll have to duck. He'll get through. Kind of like a basketball player goes to the door, kind of like that.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like large too, so
Okay.
he was gonna like he doesn't fit
This
through
is
the door.
this is a large doorway. This is not a small doorway.
Dude,
Oh,
this
okay.
It's
is
a large doorway.
Got it.
As long as he ducks, he's good.
Okay.
Does he have wings?
He's just
Not so
So
far
we
because
either
he's covered
go
by
in
a
or we
dirty
fight.
blanket.
what is Sir Balin doing?
I'm letting him go. He can go wherever. If he wants to get killed by
Sir
half
Balin,
ogre dragon.
Sir Balin steps through the door and says, "Ogre, this is your last day." And the ogre goes, "Ho, ho, ho, ho.
Oh, so he's taking the invitation and he's going in.
And yeah, and you know what? I did have a little evil monologue. What did I write down here? Let's see. He says, "I am Scola." That's his name. I am Scola, not what you were expecting. So I'm gonna explain him a little bit. He seems to be having some trouble standing straight. His legs are crooked. That's the first thing you notice. Seems to be a mixture breed, not a pure ogre, but maybe like an ogre / something else. The black scales, covered patches, spotted patches over his body. He appears to be. He appears to have a huge head, like bigger than normal, and with a misshapen lower jaw. He has an enlarged. He has an enlarged upper half of his body, kind of like the Hunchback of Notre Dame kind of thing going on.
Okay.
Hunchback, crooked legs, cover his body in patches. He's extremely muscular. He's kind of bent over a little bit, so he can't stand up straight. And he's also his body is covered with silver arcane symbols.
Ooh.
And he wears those like tattoos. He says, "I am Scola. One thing my father taught me: never fear humans. So I eat them instead." Ha 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 ha. And then he lifts up what seems to be an arm with a hand, and he just bites it and just starts chewing it, and then he tears the fingers off. And it seems to be maybe like a human arm. Then you look on the spit that's cooking in the corner, and there seems to be like a human body cooking there. And then all over the floor, you see bones, maybe 20 or 30 bones with little bits of flesh still left on them. And you see a skull, which appears to be at least a demi-human skull, maybe like a gnome or a half elf. And there's bones, there's like bones that are eaten till there's just a little flesh left on them all over the ground. And since you're looking in the room now, there's every about 5 feet, there's cracks in the ground that lead to the lower level. And you could technically fit through them, being a human size, and they seem to be unstable.
Escape plan.
He does the creature doesn't seem to be minding the holes. He seems to be walking pretty graceful as far as avoiding the
Despite
holes.
his messed up legs and hunchback. Okay.
Could be wings.
You guys want to say anything back?
You're ugly.
Well, it's his lair. He's used to it.
Yeah, I just say you're ugly and gross.
He says, "I know who you are. I can smell your scent. You're from the Grimm family castle."
We say there's no humans here. Sin.
"I think you're all humans."
Emma looks down, just like, maybe, I don't know.
He says, "I can smell Baron Grimm's kind from a mile away."
So we all have the human stench on us that he can smell.
And he says, how's Baron Grimm's son doing?" Ha 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 ha. And you guys
Did you eat
say
him?
what?
Emma's confused.
The story is that he turned to a zombie.
Oh.
And he had him in the cage below the castle, like in like a jail. And he was beating his head on the cage. And Baron Grimm asked the party who was there at the time, asked the party, "If you can somehow save my son, I'll be eternally grateful." He turned into a zombie.
Okay.
Zombieism is contagious over here, so that's what happened.
Well,
Hyphy, any bright ideas?
So there's no way for us to get. How far into the room did the ogre back up to let us
only
in?
10 feet, I think.
At 10
which
feet.
is halfway, because it's a 20 by 20 room. So he's in the center.
Hyphy, you should
40,
hit the
40.
you should hit the
40.
Oh,
ground
it's 40
underneath
by
his
40?
feet with thunder wave.
20 is the height of the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
40 is
20
the
is the-
width.
Okay.
Okay.
Say it again, Twigs.
I think you were saying
Hyphy,
Hyphy should go
you
for the
should
thunder wave.
hit
I
the
have
ground at his feet with thunder wave.
I think, how close is Sir Balin?
He's right next to
He's
you.
still in,
Oh, well,
he's still on our
he went
side,
inside the room. He went inside the room.
but he's still on our side of the ogre.
Yes.
Okay.
And Crow's starting
I'm-
to walk inside the room now. Crow raises his warhammer.
Oh, okay,
I'm
I'm
gonna-
following.
Now the dog's barking really loudly. Okay, so can I tell you about the dog?
Yeah, it's chained up, right?
It's chained up by a rusty chain.
Okay.
He's chained to a spike. It seems to be in the center of the room, and he has like a choke chain, like a rusty choke chain.
Mhm.
And the dog is Hyphy. Why don't you? Who knows about animals?
I do.
Yeah, probably her.
And
Anybody
so
else?
would, I think the other druid, Twigs.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Druids make
Druids.
a perception check. Here we go. But the perception.
The ranger knows about animal handling too.
Okay, the ranger can also make a perception check.
Okay, Twigs rolled a 17,
I have
and
a
the
16.
other guy rolled 11. So
You have animal handling skill.
yeah, animal.
I'll let you add your
Druids get it
proficiency.
automatically, and so do rangers.
I'll let you add your proficiency. So now, what is that now?
Okay,
Let's do more.
so
Just tell me what you rolled.
Twigs rolled a 17 plus 6, so 23.
Okay, so
But he's in spider form. He's in spider form right now.
right.
Oh, then he would have the
Uh,
wisdom of a spider,
And the ranger rolled
which is like a negative.
plus 4. So he
4.
rolled a 15. The ranger rolled a 15.
I have a 16 total.
Okay, so I'm gonna just let Hyphen know. That's enough. That's fine. 16 is fine. So you notice that the dog, it's like a large / huge dog, a lot of hair, a lot of brown hair, and it's being choked by this choke chain at the point because the dog's lunging for you guys, barking, growling, and you notice that it's visibly malnourished. And as it's lunging for the party, it chokes itself, so it can't go it can only go a few feet. And the rusty chain has burned a hole in its neck after so long. And there's just a raw like flesh around its neck where there should be hair.
Oh,
And there's also some exposed flesh to the rear of the dog's back where it was hair at one time. It's exposed flesh, like he was wounded. And there should be some hair there, but there's like an old wound that's never quite healed. And there's no dog bowl, there's no water bowl, nothing like that. He's just chained there. And his eyes are gleaming like he's hungry. He's lunging for the party, but he can't quite get to you guys. The big man in the room doesn't seem to care. He did his little monologue. He's waiting for
Okay.
you guys.
I think we're letting Hyphy thunderwave him and see if that does anything.
I will step forward and, since we haven't rolled for initiative, but I knew what I wanted to do. So I'm going to step forward. The first thing I'm going to do is look toward the dog and try to communicate. I do have speak with small beasts and say, step back. I don't want to hurt you. And then I'm going to
Look.
raise my arms in a V, slowly move them down and then push forward while saying Napsaldios and cast Thunderwave toward the ogre's feet / the blocks below it.
Okay, great. While you do that, good job, by the way. The ogre eats another finger,
Doesn't
and
seem fair.
I want everyone to roll initiative.
Okay.
I am going to use,
But you're not coming in the room. I'm just checking. Are you coming in the room?
I was
There's
standing at the doorway.
There's 3 people in the room. The 3 fighters so far. You
I would have let her
There
go
was
ahead of me
only
because
one
we knew
fighter.
she was gonna do a thunder wave.
Yeah,
I think
there
she's
was
doing
only
it
one fighter.
from behind you.
Twig,
What did
No,
Twig is in the room, but he's in spider form on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And hopefully
Okay.
not on the
Everyone, give me
floor.
initiative.
Spider
Okay.
boy.
Oh, 20 and 19.
Big rolls.
Okay, that's
The
good.
drow rolled a 20 and Twigs rolled a 19. See?
Hyphy rolled a 1, but I will
See?
use my, if I have to, if you're not going to take that I had already cast that spell, then I
Hang
will
on.
use. Okay.
Hang on. You rolled a 1. That's
I
a dirty
did.
one.
It's a dirty one. But if I need to, if you're not going to let that thunder wave go off first, then I would use that, you gave
Inspiration.
me last time a point of inspiration to roll again. But if I don't need to, I won't. I mean, if you were going to let that thunder wave go off.
You can use
then
inspiration now, or you can use it later. But you are casting thunder wave because you do everything at the same time. Period.
Okay.
The
All right.
question is at what speed you're going to cast it. You can cast it on your 1 roll. You can re-roll right now and use your inspiration. Decide.
No, I want to do it with fewest people in the room, so it will be with the inspiration. So I will
Okay,
re-roll.
re-roll.
14.
You're adding your dex modifier to that?
No, which is a +2, so 16.
16. Okay, a little better. Emma, what did you get, Emma?
18 total.
Okay, now I'm going to roll for the battle line and Crow. Ooh, they rolled high.
Everybody rolled high except the person that was actually starting the combat.
The creature seemed to be busy chomping away at his hand and monologuing. So you guys, it looks like you guys are all gonna pretty much go. Let's start off with Sin. I'm gonna give you an armor class of 15 if you want to attack. You're up, Sin.
Fire off some arrows. Pew pew.
Either he's lagging bad or he's reading.
He's rolling.
Armor class 15.
Sorry, I was muted. He rolled a 19 plus 5, 24.
That's with your short bow.
Yeah, short bow. He gets 1 shot, right?
Give me damage. Yeah.
3 plus 3, 6.
All right, you hit him. You hit him in the shoulder. It goes through his little dirty blanket, and then he throws. Well, not yet. 6.
Oh, no.
All right.
Throws the arm. Ah, gross.
Hits you with the arm.
That would be only if we're lucky.
Crow's up. Crow's gonna take the
So-
warhammer. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do Crawl's attack.
Crow's gonna take the
No, I was gonna
warhammer
ask
and
you
just
if,
slam him. Go ahead.
What were you gonna say, Dad?
There's no dad here. Can Twigs, would he have to use his second shape change ability for the day to become like a bigger spider or whatever, or another form, right? If you
You can
change
only
forms, that's
become,
it.
a certain challenge rating of monster. Of
Yeah, I
beast.
can go up to challenge level 1 because I'm a moon druid.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, is a big spider a challenge level 1? You just gotta check that.
Well, I would if I transform into a challenge level 1, that could be like a cave bear or something. I could jump on his back.
I don't
And-
think
Maybe crash into the floor.
If you change again, that'll be a second
Your
change.
second one,
Can you
yeah.
do it? Can you do it how many times a day?
twice.
Two times a day. 2 times per
Yeah,
rest.
you can blow your second form if you want. Right now, you're a small spider. You can change back
Right.
for free to a
Okay.
druid, but you can't change to something else unless you use another one. Okay.
Yeah.
Kroll
Well,
slams
I
his
think I wanna-
warhammer
Cave bears are
Towards-
challenge rating 2. Sorry.
towards the.
Okay, well- I want to be at the heaviest bear I can change into, which is a brown bear, and they're challenge level 1.
Okay. Brown bear.
So on your turn, you can turn into a brown bear. Okay. Crow lurches
Well, can I
forward, slams
first
the hammer
maneuver
at the
as
creature.
a spider, and then transform, dropping down?
You have 20 feet of movement as a spider.
Can I?
Roll
Is there a way
hits.
to get directly above
Crow hits
as a
damage.
spider? If not, I can wait. I can wait till next turn.
Crow does another 6 points damage. Okay, now you're up, Twigs. Go ahead.
Okay, so can Twigs in this turn? Can he maneuver above him, crawling on the wall as a spider?
Yeah, that's your whole turn.
Sweet.
Okay, all
You
right.
can do a drop
Good.
attack.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Emma. Emma's up.
Emma wanted the thunder wave to go off first before she ran in there. So
You can hold your attack and wait for
Yeah,
Hyphy.
I
Hyphy's
can.
still coming up. Hyphy's next, actually. Want to do that?
Technically Emma doesn't know how thunder wave works, so I know how thunder wave works. So
No metagaming.
no, Emma's gonna be pissed at this stupid ogre that smells gross and looks ugly and is eating people. She's gonna bite the inside of her lip and go into a rage and charge in there and smack him.
Okay, you rage.
Yep.
Explain how you rage exactly.
She is angry at this ugly, stinky ogre, and she bites the inside of her lip and grabs onto her many jewelry pieces and smears the blood from her mouth onto her weapon and charges in.
Armor class 15.
Okay. Do. Big 16. So I think I hit.
Hits. Give me damage.
Uh, 14 points of damage.
Ooh, nice hit.
It's because I'm in a
Wait.
rage.
What do you want to hit him? Body location.
She wants to smack those messed up knees some more.
Ooh, cool. You're cool. You're a cool half orc.
It's the easiest place to hit, baby.
Hit him in the leg.
Yeah, that's what she's aiming for.
You do.
And she's gonna try to be at the side of him, so she's not directly in front.
Okay.
But that's basically.
She seems to step back. She seems to cringe a little bit. Mr. Ballin's up. He's going to short sword, a long sword and shield. Hit. Ooh, this guy's just getting it.
He was too busy monologuing to realize that
Ooh, 10 damage.
smacked up.
Okay, and last
Oh,
is Hyphy. Here you go,
how much
Hyphy.
How much damage did you do, Emma?
14.
14, and then
Okay, Hyphy, you're up.
bounded 10.
So
Okay.
you've done 30 points of damage so far?
Close, yeah, I think so. Close to that. Thunderwave him.
My spell is in a 15-foot cube.
It's gonna hit everybody.
I'm gonna try to, but I can do it from. It doesn't have to be 15 feet from me. I can place the cube.
It's from you, actually. You have
Is
to
it
be
for
somewhere in the
Thunderwave?
cube. Yeah. A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw. So yeah, unfortunately, everybody's getting hit with this thunder wave.
Well, but I would have taken an act, or I would have taken a movement to position myself where I'm trying to do damage to the floor
Since we're all
and
fighting,
not my own people.
and it's getting all hairy at this point, go ahead and make a D20 roll to see how well you position your spell. It's a raw roll.
Yeah, 10.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's gonna be Crow, Emma, or Sir Balin. I'm just gonna say one of them is gonna be in the effect. Okay, and you already casted it, so you can't stop now.
Mhm.
Here we go. 1, 2, Emma, 3, 4, Balin, 4, 5, 6, Crow. Okay, Crow's in the effect.
Where's Matilda again? Is she still on that goat? Or is she on his back still?
Matilda's on the back of Crow.
No.
I'm gonna.
Did he actually charge in there with her on his back?
You notice that you notice that Emma's not there on his back anymore. She's just
Matilda's not there?
missing. No, she's not there. She's somewhere, I don't know.
Well, Emma does notice this a lot. She's in a rage, so she doesn't care.
Something a kid would do, like in combat.
Somebody should care.
Okay, Thunder Wave does 2d8, I believe, roll damage.
Mm-hmm. And you have to make a strength save or get pushed 10 feet.
Yep. Come on. 9 total.
Okay, your DC is 8 plus what? Plus 2 is 10, and then what's your wisdom?
13. So I have a
plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
My spell attack bonus is +5. I don't know how I came up with that though.
Proficiency plus your wisdom, so it's 2 plus 3.
Okay.
So
DC of 13.
Okay. He took total of 9 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And he is pushed back, and you notice that he just slides back, and there's like there's bones and small chunks of stone that just get pushed back with him and towards the center of the room, and you push him into one of those holes, right?
Yes.
And just then his dirty rug flies off. And he starts falling in the hole. As he starts falling in the hole, you notice this uncurling of these black wings come up and stop, and he just automatically flies and stops him from falling down. And now I want to have everybody that's in the room, everybody's in the room roll a d20 dex check. Actually, wait, no, stop that. Everyone that's in the room, I'm gonna roll a d8. Roll a 1. You have to make dex check to fall in one of the holes.
Is it a dexterity check or a dexterity saving throw?
It's gonna technically it's a saving throw. But hang on a second. Let me roll for Emma.
Okay.
Emma's good. Hyphy. Hyphy. Get a little bit too close to one of those holes.
She shook herself into the hole.
Crow is good. Sin is good. Twig is good. So Balon is good. Okay, so it's just Hyphy needs to make a dex check. As you cast the spell, you're all ready. You push him back. He gets thrown. The thunder goes off. Boom. The whole room shakes.
Knocked in your own hole.
Make a dex check, DC 9, or you fall
Saving
in the
throw,
hole.
right?
I rolled a 7.
I'm sorry. You rolled a 7?
I rolled a 7.
Your dex is +1, right?
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you cast the spell, it wasn't great, by the way. Good job. You start sliding into a hole.
Fantastic.
Very effective.
I'm gonna give one person a chance to do something as she's falling in the hole. Anybody?
Emma's all about protecting people, so she's gonna try to reach out.
Say it again.
Emma's gonna try to reach out with her big arm. Isn't Twig still a spider on the roof? I don't know if he's gonna be able to do anything.
Well, yeah, I can string a
sin.
web down and hang down and do something.
But you're a tiny spider. You're not a regular size. Yeah, I don't know if tiny spider will hold up the weight of tiny gnome.
You see the little spider web slide down.
I can shape change into a bigger spider. I could
Yeah, but that's
change
on
into
your
a bigger
turn.
spider.
Technically, you can't do
You
that.
see
as
the
like
web
a-
hit Hyphy's hair, and just a few hairs fall up like
immediately
this.
break. Yeah, Emma's gonna try to
Okay.
lunge out and grab her.
I'm gonna say now you're gonna make a dex check. I'm gonna say 12.
Okay.
Well, D20. Add your dex.
Okay. This is just a check.
DC 12.
Oh no!
Natty
Big
one.
8.
Okay, so not quite. You see Emma reach for you, and just, you grab onto her garment, but you grab some of those feathers that she has sticking out of her, those components, those mushrooms and feathers
she
sticking out of
takes
her
off
garment.
my bracelets instead of like holding onto my hand.
No, she's not. She's busy falling. You're trying to hold on to her.
Oh, I
And
see. I'm grabbing her stuff. Got
You
it.
come back, and your hand slides off, and you come back with some mushrooms and some feathers.
I
and
just
some
like
stuff
destroy the mushrooms in my hands. No!
Okay, Hyphy goes
Mad.
falling. Okay,
Maybe the
go ahead.
dog that she was talking to will grab her.
I don't think
dog-
the dog can reach.
Chained to the wall.
Yeah.
The dog is so crazy. The dog has eyes like Emma, so the dog is kind of like out of it.
Bloodshot,
Though
crazy, wild.
You
going
did
all over the place.
get the feeling the dog is very hungry and needs to eat. So apparently the creature's been feeding the dog human food, if you know what I mean, and it's very hungry. So just basically that crazy rage dog. Okay, so on a roll of 1 to 2, and it bounces off the logs, which is not a bad thing because the logs are pointing downstairs. They go into the cocoons. 3, 4, 5 fall right in the cocoons, and then 6 you fall in that little patch of ground, which is just stone.
Safe area.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Oh, you're rolling.
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay.
Oh, you fall into the cocoons. So you just fall straight down. Everything was going so great until now. You're grabbing on it and you fall into this. And also, as you fall, some of the earth is removed. So the hole got a little bit bigger where you were. You fall straight down and you fall about 40 feet, blast into the cocoons. And you hear like a splash, and you're covered by this like a ooze that's the spiders have the poison as such
Tingly. Yeah.
that it slowly corrodes and digests the meat, the people that were cocooned, and it turns the flesh and the bones into like a soupy food for the spider. And when you hit the cocoons, all kinds of pus just splashes up.
Oh.
And you notice that you also fell on some of these fist-sized baby spiders that are not quite developed, but they're kind of like a white shell, and they have a little bit of black pigment, but not enough black pigment to look like developed spiders. And you smash a couple of those guys, and they start crawling on you. Not attacking yet, but just investigating what splashed on top of them. And I'm gonna say 1 point damage because it's a nice cushiony fall. So you're down to 17. Who would know about arcane symbols or magical tattoos? Anybody? That's upstairs,
Not
by the way.
Emma. She's
Not
pissed.
Emma.
Wizard.
Hi.
Maybe the druid, maybe the drow.
I'll give Twigs and I'll give the drow I'm gonna give you listen. It's an insight check. So anybody have insight skill?
No.
Ooh, thank
so
goodness
just roll
it's
a
not
D20.
intelligence.
Just roll a D20.
Good.
Add your intelligence.
Oh, the spider's intelligence is -4. So, sorry, Dad.
No, but they use my intelligence. They use the druid's intelligence.
Oh,
not-
right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, my bad. You're not polymorph.
Well,
You're right.
I'll give him his mental capacity.
Yeah, druids keep their mental capacity.
Give me 2 D20 rolls over there. You're playing 2 characters today.
Yeah. So I rolled a 10, and then the other one was a 13 for insight, right?
Who rolled a 13? It's insight. Yeah. Who rolled a 13?
You add your wisdom to insight.
Intelligence.
So 11, that was Twigs. He has insight. Oh, no, actually, he does have insight. He has that skill. So he has +6. So he rolled a 17, and the drow rolled a 15.
I'll give you the 17. There's a power that you get a tattoo, and it gives you. It's like a magical tattoo, and it gives you certain powers. And you notice that this guy, when you were fighting him, every time you hit him, that tattoo kind of glowed. Those silver arcane symbols that are all over his body. It kind of glowed.
Yeah, they're shielding him.
And it seemed to shield. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. For every hit, it seemed to
Lessen the blow.
to lessen each blow just by a little bit.
All right. So he has some kind of rune of protection. Obviously, I can't communicate that to anybody because I'm a fucking spider.
Useful
we all
information.
We all know about metagaming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hyphy's on the ground level.
Yep. And now
Okay.
you're no longer on top of him, so you're gonna have to move on top of him again to drop on as a bear. Because you got
Well,
pushed 10 feet.
I could adjust my position above him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
As a bonus
right,
action,
so-
the ogre is going to unleash the dog. By the way, you guys, who knows about dog breeds?
Dog breeds?
Yeah.
Well, the
Vaguely.
druids would know, and so would the ranger.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This dog that's kind of malnourished and mistreated and wounded seems to be made probably like a half dog, half wolf.
Mm.
And the big ogre releases the chain and it just darts for you guys. I'm rolling a d6.
Can I try to make it come over? Or there's no chance. It's too late. He's too fast.
I rolled a 3. It looks. Oh no, that's a spider. So you're a spider. Did you change back to human? No, right?
No, he's still on the roof.
I'm gonna roll again.
Spider.
Do you want to tackle the dog as it comes across? You want to do that?
Yeah, I want to like shove all of my rations into its mouth and try to like lead it away. So I'm trying to like pacify it really quickly. It might not work. I'm just giving it a shot. Emma's really mad, so she wants to like
who's gonna go for
kill this thing.
Who's gonna go for? Oh, it goes right for you, actually.
Perfect.
So yeah, but I'm coming across with an attack. So I'm gonna attack you first.
Okay. Yeah.
You can shove your food in his mouth after it bites you. Is that fair?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Armor class 14. I got +3.
You are going to be the food.
Not for
Ooh,
long.
hits. It bites you in the leg. It seems to be even though it's malnourished and mistreated, it seems to be trained to attack. You notice that the teeth, as it bites your leg and bites into your flesh, the teeth have been carefully sharpened by a sharpening tool.
Oh shit!
Like it's ready for combat. The chain, Okay, damage is going to be only 2 damage.
So half to 1 damage. Yes.
How do you get half?
Because I'm raging.
Berserker? Okay,
Yeah.
so that's down to 1.
Okay, so she's like looking at the dog and she's like, whatever.
Yeah, basically it's playing with you. You've battled dogs.
Yeah.
Home.
I just see this as a playful bout now.
What kind of weapon is the ogre wielding?
I'm glad you asked. Just then, as he throws his cape flying off and these wings come out, he's kind of hovering there. He unveils this huge. Looks like a hockey stick with like a machete at the end. Another word for it is a glaive. It's a glaive weapon. So it's like a big ass 10-foot pole at the end with a big turned blade at the end. He's like, whoa. Like this. Answer your question?
Yep.
So one person safe right now is Hyphy, and I'd say Twigs, unless he wants to attack a spider. I'm going to make a roll, a d6 roll. Is that fair? You might go for Emma. If you roll 1, so both going to go for Emma. Two's two's not there actually. 3 is not there. 4 Balin, 5 Crow, 6 Sin. Here we go. Ooh, he goes for the Sin. Okay. What?
How's he going for Sin? He's in the hallway in the back.
Well, he lunges for you. That's how.
All right.
So he's gonna fly 20 feet across the room into the hallway.
Past all the other fighters. They
Yeah.
don't
I'm
get
gonna
an attack
give-
of opportunity.
I'm gonna give Emma and let's see, Sir Balin or Kroll attack of opportunity, and Sir Balin attack of opportunity, and we're going to stop there and continue next week. What's our time?
All right.
So
We're gonna help.
You're gonna make
That's
it
it,
next
he
week, Emma.
oh yeah, an attack.
Any final questions or? I need to do one quick thing.
Okay.
I'm going to attack
She
the
missed.
2 baby spiders on Hyphy. Here we go. His armor
Emma
class
missed.
is 14. I get +1.
He's too busy playing with the dog.
Miss.
She could just.
Do I get to
Okay.
do something back or no?
Next week, yes.
Okay.
Any final questions or thoughts?
Good job.
Nope, Emma missed.
Good job,
She's
guys.
playing
Thank
with the
you.
dog. She's having
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, you do that. Thank you, guys.
Okay.